Oh, it did major on one of them. I'm being told. Can you tell me now who that's going to be, or oh, right. Okay. Do you want to tell me now who it is? Oh, right. Okay. So, Kieran, where are you? Okay. The energy sort of was more directed towards you. So that means you've got to go and do a vigil here on your own. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
After that, nothing is going to faze me.
Good. Well, nothing normally does, but it's very interesting because you normally don't get picked to go and do vigils on your own.
It just never happens.
So what we're going to do is the rest of us are going to go back to the studio.
Okay.
Okay, and you're going to stay here completely on your own and see.
Okay.
Now we've already had some strange noises, the door opening and closing on its own. Maybe you could use some of the electric equipment, not this, obviously the Tesla, but maybe some of your other stuff. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do.
Brilliant.
Tell you what, before we go back, shall we actually do a couple of vigils in here so we can get the stuff moving before we get back to the studio?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Should we do that?
Yeah, of course.
Because I think because there's so much happening after that. The energy must be so high.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, let's just do that. Do you want to do it now, or?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah,
okay. Yeah. All right. Let's get everybody together then. We'll stand in the centre and do a call out. Kath, are you okay?
So Kieran will be conducting a lone vigil as Yvette and the team return after they get the atmosphere generated and moving again. I must apologise for any language you heard there, bad language, of course, very intense circumstances, very extreme conditions, our most dangerous ever experiment, and you've just seen it. More after this.
Are we ready to go now, people? Come on, it's tough enough on these guys.
You have just seen a rerun of the most dangerous experiment ever attempted on Most Haunted Live, involving 750,000 volts, 750,000 volts of electricity. And as if that wasn't dangerous enough, our medium, clairvoyant and psychic artist, Brian Shepherd, who earlier sketched a face of evil that may be present at one of tonight's 2 locations, has some very chilling intuitions for us. Brian, what have you sensed?
Well, I think it's important to say right now that what I've sensed is that a curse was placed upon, all who would stand and watch, and I interpret that as suggesting anyone who watched the hangings at the time and dared to reenact that in any way or whatever.
So that curse would be on the people, you think, our team members who watched it there at the Ashton Memorial tonight?
Exactly, and I think this seems to come from an ancient one called something like Southerns.
Southerns.
Okay. I died waiting, I return, and I curse you all. Burn in hell.
And was that the face you sketched for us tonight? Was that the face of evil?
Indeed. I will go on to say I'm sure that is the visual, if you like, interpretation of this feeling that I'm getting now.
Okay, we will put that to the team when they return. We also want to know, thank you Brian, what you have sensed at home, how you've been feeling about tonight's experiment, and what you may have seen on the webcams. To find out, let's go now back to Julian Clegg and Interactive.
Thanks very much indeed, Paul. Big reaction to the Tesla experiment, which you, by the way, thought was fantastic. Thank you for giving us all your comments on that one. Also, was this a precursor to events? Brendan and Samuel in Essex said, can you ask the team if they've been feeling a weird tickling sensation on the back and front of their necks? Because we keep seeing hands around their faces. Well, as it turns out, it was more than just hands. It was electric bolts as well. But thank you very much for those messages. Let's go through the webcams now and see what you're seeing. The new webcams, of course, at the new location in Ashton Memorial Hall. On the first floor, webcam 1 there's a woman called Edith waiting to hurt Carl. She got tortured a while ago and wants revenge. And Stephen from Wrexham, a cloaked figure, went from one side of the room to the other with orbs floating all around it. Thank you for that message. Webcam 2, the ground floor, I can see a figure in the corner who keeps appearing and disappearing, says Warren in Ireland. Thank you, Warren. And Lou in Lincolnshire says, I saw a strange figure on the bottom right-hand corner holding some kind of cone, watching the electricity, wearing a black cloak with a hood which was up, Lou, thank you. And webcam 3 also on the ground floor. Let's bring that one up. There it is. And Mandy and Jan from Bury. A female figure is crouching down near one of the cages. They say we fear the team tonight is in great danger from the Pendle witches. And let's move to webcam 4. The basement, there it is, and Sarah from Caldecott says there are 2 figures just staring at the webcam. One is dressed in a white hooded robe and the other is a headless figure dressed all in black. Keep those messages coming, and if you want to let me know what you can see, let me know where you are and who you are, and indeed what time you spot the strange phenomenon, because that's important so we can see there's a trend going on. Now, our competition, which we're running all the way through this week, some fabulous prizes and a chance to be in the next Most Haunted Live audience. We'd love to see you. You could go out on a vigil or get involved in a seance. You never know. This is how it works. You also win some fabulous prizes, including tonight's prize, an Apple iPod Touch digital video and music player with a massive 64GB memory and touch screen. You also receive a Samsung Jet mobile phone, very nice indeed, from Virgin Media, together with those tickets to come to the next Most Haunted Live event. And everybody who rings in this week is in with a chance of walking off with £1,000. So if you'd like to win all of that, this is how it works. You have to pick up the phone and give us a call. January's Most Haunted Live took place in Liverpool, but for how many days? Was it A7, B11 or C4? You can enter now by calling me, and here's the number, 0844 646 9966. The calls cost just 5p from a BT landline. Mobile and other networks may be considerably higher. And the competition open to UK residents aged 18 or over, and the lines close at 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. The winner will be selected at random after the close date and contacted in person, and of course full details on our website, mosthauntedlive.net. And finally, I leave you some more messages. Elizabeth Demdike has been following the team, especially Yvette tonight. The name William has come up a lot as well from your text messages, and the names Emily and Mary have been sensed. And a lot of concern for Kath tonight after what happened earlier in the evening, and sightings of a black figure following her around. And finally, for the moment, people are sensing witches, especially the Pendle witches. Paul.
Thank you, Julian. Again, some very chilling intuitions. Now, Kieran is conducting a lone vigil as selected after that Tesla experiment. Also still there at the Ashton Memorial are Stuart and our audience member Alison. Let's get straight back to Lancaster and the Ashton Memorial right now.
We're going to stay here a while. You should have sound on the webcam, so if you can be explaining some of this as well into the webcam. We'll stay here for a bit. If anything bad happens, obviously let me know straight away. Right. So, I've got your torch. I'm going to have mine.
Yeah.
Ready to go to red light, because then it doesn't blind you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I've heard someone down there.
What did you hear?
Like a shuffle.
Put your hand down. Oh, jeez. Stop it.
I can't see where I'm walking.
Oh. That is very scary.
Sorry.
That's terrible.
Stuart.
Wonderful people.
Stuart, can you come down and join me on the ground floor? Sure thing.
Yeah. Do you want to have a look? We'll have a look around here. How are you feeling?
I feel alright, really.
Yeah, you don't feel so bad?
No, not too bad. Just make a cold. You get that feeling.
Hold on, let me